Hello and welcome. The Naval Action developers released information on their forums yesterday regarding new features they plan to add to the game, NPC Port Battles and player raids. Elements of these ideas have been thrown around on the forums over the past few years, but it looks like a final product may be on the way. I have attached links to both forum posts in the description below. The NPC Port Battles we are talking about are different than what we've experienced before. Players have had the opportunity to fight NPCs in port battles where the port is neutral and not controlled by any nation. In that situation, when a nation sets a battle to take over the port, enemy NPC ships spawn in the battle to defend the port from the attacking players. This new mechanic creates a possibility that a national port could be attacked by a large NPC fleet. According to the forum post, every weekend the top 3 nations on the wartime server will have one of their ports attacked by a raiding NPC fleet. The ports that are targeted will be the most developed ports of the top 3 nations, so whichever port has the most invested into it will be the potential target. The term raid seems to be misleading because traditionally and historically speaking, a raid is a sudden surprise attack which most likely will not conclude with the raiding party or army staying in the raid location. Raiding fleets come, they raid, and they move on. But in the context of this potential update, the NPC raiding fleets would be able to capture the national or player-owned ports. Reading through this forum post, it appears that NPCs follow the same mechanics as players would in setting the port battle, such as respecting the port battle timer and needing to reach the capturable circles inside the battle. The difference is there is no need for the NPCs to raise hostility on a port. Once the battle begins, things get even more interesting. The raiding fleet will have between 16 and 20 line ships, 4 to 6 Indiaman transports, and will usually attack from 2 directions. The NPC ships are said to be fitted well and very combat worthy, so I assume that means these aren't your typical AI and are more akin to fighting skull ships. One big change is that the NPC raiders will get points for controlling those capturable circles like normal, but they will also get bonus points when they first arrive in the circle. So let's say an NPC Santissima makes it into Circle A and captures it. The NPC team will get a one-time point boost of 25 to 50 points, plus their normal points over time for controlling Circle A. Now, if one of those Indiaman transports makes it into Circle A, the NPC team will get a one-time point boost of 250 to 300 points, which is pretty substantial. The implication of this is that the defending players will need to do everything they can to prevent the NPC ships from reaching the circles. A likely scenario that I can see happening is the players are fighting those NPC first rates, which are supposed to be very difficult, and a few players sink. That generates points for the NPCs already, but then if the NPCs capture a circle or two with maybe one Indiaman, even if it is only for a few moments, those bonus points could make or break the whole battle due to one little line in the forum post that reads, "Points cannot go down, but you can slow down the point generation or avoid it by stopping the ships trying to reach the control points." So not only are you dealing with a massive battle-ready fleet that has the ability to gain a large amount of battle points, but once they get those points, they don't lose them. The developers even went so far as to include some battle strategies in their forum post, which was kind of them. An interesting point that they included was that if a nation is busy defending one of their most important ports from a massive NPC fleet, their other ports will be less defended and will be vulnerable from attacks from players. So this could create opportunities for less powerful nations or clans to strike at ports that would otherwise be out of their reach. This feature is also listed to be added to the peacetime server. The raiding NPC fleet will attack ports, turning them neutral so that clans may take them over afterwards. This is an interesting feature that hopefully will add some good content to the more boring server in the game. The next feature that was announced in the forums was player raids. These are missions that are intended for groups of 6 or less players where the objective is to sail to a port, battle some AI, and collect a raid chest that is located on an Indiaman. The raid chest must be delivered to the raid origination port, or the port where the players first selected or started the raid. The post explains that when the players enter the battle, they will be met with 5 to 6 escort ships and one stationary Indiaman that is holding the raid chest. This chest weighs 3,500 tons, so the forum suggests that players capture the Indiaman that's holding it. When you bring the raid chest back to the port you got the mission in and open it, you'll receive a random assortment of victory marks, combat marks, and doubloons. However, once the players finish the raid battle and collect the raid chest, it can be captured by other players on the trip back to port. So once you have the chest in your possession, the fun isn't over because you need to watch out for opportunistic players who may be waiting outside to steal the chest from you. This seems like a fun mission that is different from the other ones currently available, and it has the added bonus of providing a chest that contains some pretty valuable loot. Overall, I'm personally more excited for the player raids than for the NPC Port Battles. The player raids are great because it will give us more ways to have fun with friends, but I'm a little worried that the Port Battles may be exploited in some way. There are just a lot of unanswered questions with the Port Battles at this point, so hopefully the developers will release more information about them when they're fully added to the game. That's all I have for you guys today. Please let me know your thoughts on these new additions to the game in the comments below, and as always, have a great day.